This is the story of Kaufman, a senior lecturer at Harvard Business School. He once served as the sales president of a diversified manufacturing company, which was his first time being a leader. When he first took office, he reviewed the company's data and noticed something. The St. Louis branch had 5 salespeople, while the Kansas City branch had 3. These two cities were only a few hundred miles apart, and he couldn't understand why the company needed to establish 2 branches. So he speculated that there must be a reason. Perhaps many companies using their products were concentrated in Kansas City, or maybe there was a major client there that required a contact station. Unable to find an answer, he went to consult with the vice president of sales, Kurt, who was his most senior subordinate. 2 weeks later, he saw the vice president of sales post a memorandum on the bulletin board announcing that the company had closed the Kansas City branch and the 3 salespeople had all left, with only 1 transferred to St. Louis. He was shocked when he saw this, thinking that he had just asked a question and hadn't told him to close the branch. So, he tore down the memorandum and asked his secretary, Jane. Jane replied, "Kurt said you told him to close it." He thought that by asking that question you meant you wanted to shut down this branch. Jane was a shrewd, capable, and experienced professional secretary who had assisted every president of the company's 5 departments over the past 25 years. As Kaufman gradually realized where he had gone wrong, he said to Jane, "Suppose I go out for a 2-hour lunch today and casually say to you when I leave, 'I wonder if it would look good to paint the walls of my office green.' What would happen?" Jane smiled and said, "2 hours later, when you return to the office, you would find that the office has been painted green." This made Kaufman realize that by becoming the CEO, he had joined an entirely new game. Employees would take his questions as orders, not daring to oppose or ask questions, but only focusing on his reactions and opinions, racking their brains to make sure he didn't hear any bad news. A friend told him after he was promoted to CEO, "From now on, you will never get 2 things again: simple meals and sincere advice." Once a person ascends to a high position, they join a completely new game and can no longer get 2 things: simple meals and sincere advice.